Little Brady, the waving, inflatable, and tootable doodle man that you put in front of a car dealership. Chris, what is going on with the UFC? Did we see the greatest UFC pay per view event of the year?
Well, my little wacky waving inflatable arm flailing man.
Intubable.
No, arm flailing man. Look it up. That's the name of it. There's your Family Guy reference of the day. And speaking of Family Guy, did you know that Ilya Topuria is a Family Guy?
What is going on with you
I don't
today?
even know anymore.
This is brutal, man.
Well, I'm trying not to. I don't want to cross any lines because I don't need that Tony Hinchcliffe heat. You know what I'm
you're
saying?
hiding under the floor like Saddam right now, ready to bomb
Whoa!
fucking all over the place.
Oh!
What?
Oh!
He's
Easy,
dead.
easy. SEAL
He
Team
ain't gonna
6.
care. I could have been like, you're no, okay, no.
Nope, don't do it.
Different channel.
All right,
TikTok.
let's do this.
At TikTok,
Hey,
you can follow us over there if you want to see that kind of content. Okay,
so we
yes, UFC.
just recently saw Ilya Topuria
Yeah.
defend against what some people would have said is probably one of the greatest featherweights of all time. You know, and I'm talking about Max Holloway.
There's your argument there, yeah.
Max Holloway, who has endured something over 600 and some odd strikes to the head and only been knocked down once.
Mm-hmm. Well, twice now, but we'll get
Yeah,
into that.
yeah. And this is from Ilya Topuria.
Mm-hmm.
Ilya Topuria. So we have a list of like your 5 best featherweights, right? So
Yeah,
how
yeah.
about we run them down? How about I run these down to you, Brady, and then you tell me who you think. Maybe it's somebody not even on this list. Maybe I'm batshit crazy for many other reasons other than this one.
I've seen the graphic. I know who's on the list, but let's do it.
All right. You've
All
seen
right.
the graphic because you were at the production meeting. But anyways,
Anyone who press play
for the
on
sake of
this,
putting together a show,
they can see the graphic when they press play on the episode. It's there.
you're so white. Okay. Ilya Topuria, Max Holloway,
Mm-hmm.
Alexander Volkanovski,
Mm-hmm.
Jose Aldo, and
No, keep going.
and Conor McGregor.
Yep.
Conor, no, and I'm saying that with joke in my heart because Conor McGregor deserves to be on there because when you talk about what he did, you know, and the way that he approached it, it's very much like Ilya Topuria. So out of those 5, do you think those are the 5 best featherweights of all time in the UFC?
Yes.
Okay. So out of those 5, who would you say is top of the heap?
Conor.
Why?
Because of everything, everything that comes with being somebody that did what Conor did. I think Conor's the biggest star in the history of MMA.
Okay.
I don't think there's ever been a bigger star, and it's going to be hard to find another one. There will be another one eventually. People thought that Chuck Liddell was the biggest star, or Tito Ortiz at one point was going to be the biggest star. GSP, Anderson Silva. Like, there's been a lot of big fan favorites and people that were really, they they thought they were big names until Conor came along, and I think Conor had a great skill set. But what happened to Conor? Because long-term drug use, a bit of CTE,
alleged,
and just when you have that much charisma, there's so many more opportunities outside of just fighting.
So, okay, so then there's the question, because do you think that Conor would be what Conor McGregor is now if he just stayed fighting in the UFC?
No, God, no.
Okay.
He'd be a lot dumber because apparently his brain, his head is not thick. So the chances of him getting brain damage.
I would beg to differ on that one, my young little leprechaun friend. All right, we all know about you tick-headed Irish. All right, everybody knows.
Yeah, I don't know why. We have fucking super hard heads.
Yeah, listen,
little brains,
knocked upside the brains with a shillelagh when you were children.
It's on paper. I think Max Holloway is the best on paper. Like if you didn't see anything, you were just listening to the story of MMA, and you listen to the legacies of these 5 gentlemen. Yes, Max Holloway would be the best on paper. Volkanovski would have the best championship run out of everyone, and I think Conor would be the biggest star attraction.
Here's the thing. I'm going to choose to not live in the past on this one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to look towards the future, because if we look at where Ilia Topuria is now compared to where every single one of those other four men that we mentioned were at this point in their careers, I'd say that Ilia Topuria is about ready to absolutely go nuclear. Yeah, I said it. What? Listen,
Nuclear.
nuclear. It's
Nuclear.
pronounced nuclear. Okay, there's your Simpsons reference, ladies and gentlemen. I think that Ilia Topuria is absolutely set to be an absolute star. He already is in his country of Spain. We don't see it anywhere else in the world because we're not there. We don't see any of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there, he's an absolute stud. And I think that you're going to see even more of that when you see the drawing power of this dude when the UFC goes to Spain, right?
Well, can I ask you this? Why is it that people are now saying the best heavyweight and best featherweight and best middleweight and best lightweight and best everything weight is Hamzat Chimaev? Holy shit. That man is going to be, it doesn't matter what weight division you're in. He proved that he is the best in the world currently in the entire world of combat sports. Hamzat Chimaev.
Your
What the fuck did he do to Whitaker's face?
your segues are about as good as my jokes this week.
Bro,
Holy crap.
No, I work real hard on making those shit. And the fact that you don't
Oh, is
see
that
that for what it is,
is that how
I
you're
work
trying to
hard on
sell
it.
it? Is
Yeah.
that what you're trying to sell it?
I
Well,
could I could
listen,
have done a great transition and been like, Bobby, don't want to talk about that, boy. There's your King of the Hill reference for the week. And we
all
could have
right.
just switched over to Hamzat Chimaev and Shara Magomedov.
Well, I think your segues are like Whitaker's front teeth.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm a double backfish just soon, like my fucking Irish, hiding Irish brother. He was hiding in Russia. What the fuck? He looks like a leprechaun, and somehow he's
Yeah.
repping Dagestani or whatever.
Yeah, listen, he's a guy. Okay, one at a time.
No,
One.
no, no, no. I want all seven.
All right. So first of all, Hamzat Chimaev and Shara Bullet, both guys who can't fight in North America. Let's get that right out in the open right away.
It's kind of
Okay.
scary.
Also, I think that by certain videos that have surfaced, Shara can't go into some malls. It seems like without
He's not
getting
allowed.
into fights with people. Don't show your public display of affection in front of me.
Jesus, what is happening this week?
Well, that's exactly what happened. Is it not?
Yeah, well, yeah, no, he's not allowed to go out in public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane. But both of these guys are set to be champions in the UFC. The sad part is they need to be in North America to get some of that real money. Let's be honest.
If there was no UFC, would both these gentlemen be in jail?
In jail?
Or
No.
already executed by now, for depending on the crimes that they would have committed, because both of them are the two scariest human beings I've ever seen in my life.
Well, Hamzat Chimaev might still be doing okay with his crypto scams.
That's alleged. We're not CoffeeZilla over here.
Alleged
What's a Zilla?
crypto scams.
What's a Zilla?
I don't know. It's something that I'm not invested in. I'll tell you that much.
That movie sucked.
What?
Zilla, the Godzilla, American Godzilla from like the 1999.
Your brain is all over the place today.
Yeah, Toho. Jet Jaguar.
Tremendous. Listen, I don't think that I want to say this. No, I want to say this very carefully because I don't need any of Shara's friends not knocking on my door.
All right,
I don't think that Shara is as good as people are saying he is.
Stop. I see what you're saying. I see some flaws in
Why?
the game.
Why
I
would you
see.
say that? Because I'm right?
No, I see some flaws in the game, but I think that it's because he's got one fucking eyeball, and
Okay.
so there's some flaws there. But he's better than people think he is.
So this is the biggest thing, and it's not even his fighting in malls. It's not even like, being a full redheaded Abe Lincoln from Russia,
Mm-hmm.
right?
The end of a
It's
rainbow.
none of those things. He no commission, no commission is saying, "Hey, you one-eyed guy, go out there and fight." That's not happening in North America, bro.
Bisping
Like,
can keep you away.
what's he gonna do? Get Michael Bisping as a cornerman?
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing with this?
That I have no problems with those guys. Like, I don't think it matters anymore, Chris, where these guys fight. I think if you're dominant in
I think
that,
it does. I think it does. I think you still have
I
to. I think
disagree.
you still have to be able to break into that North American market, man.
Pay-per-view buys are worldwide, man. And if you can get a percentage of the pay-per-view, I'm assuming these deals are different when you don't do a show in Vegas that has these huge gates where they're giving away
It's
free tickets, you know what I mean, in Dubai or wherever they are, but
I don't think
I
it's so
don't know.
much the pay-per-views. I think it's the marketing of them behind and the money that goes into them from behind because where are the biggest numbers coming from on those pay-per-views? I mean, do you think that they're coming from Spain or do you think that the biggest numbers are still coming from North America?
I think it's worldwide. I think it's worldwide. I don't think it's just a North American thing anymore with the
Okay.
UFC.
Okay. So we take your entire world,
Yeah,
right? All
yeah, the
four
world.
corners of it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Wait,
And we
what?
break it down like the game of Risk. Okay? And in the game of Risk, they're different colors in different countries. I don't know if you know how this works or not.
Yeah,
But if you were
yeah.
to say that the majority of the viewers of the pay-per-views come from Australia, or do they come from Germany, or do they come from the United States, or do they come from Chile? Where do you think that they? Sir, I'll tell you, it ain't Greenland. But where do you think they come from?
The U.S.
So that's the market. That's ultimately the market for advertisers that are going to have the most investment into it, right? And
Yeah,
the
I
most
know.
investment is based on the people that they can get to fight for them.
Okay, so
Just like the
let's just
Conor deal with
no. There's a reason why Connor has so many opportunities in somewhere just like Dublin or anywhere in Ireland for that matter, but Dublin specifically. So if he's put on the map and they're not going over, the UFC only had one over there a couple times with Connor. I think it was once actually a fight night or something like that. But they go over there and they establish him in that market, and then once they leave, even if he would have stayed over there fighting just in wherever, his opportunities and the amount of money he can make just in Dublin from his own side stuff would be enough for him to make a living, which would keep him happy working only if he only could fight every time the UFC came to Europe. It wouldn't matter. It'd balance out for him because this guy could spend all of his time opening up restaurants and fucking breweries and whiskey, fucking buying old whiskey barrel companies and turning it into some swill in a green bottle. Like, I think guys like Hamzat can be over on the other side of the world, stay over there, fight over there, and have opportunities over there and capitalize on those opportunities. And they don't have to rely on fighting in Vegas and getting a guaranteed paycheck. Because I think they're getting, like Hamzat said in the presser afterwards, he goes, I got paid more money than everybody else. Obviously, that's not true, but it could be. He could have been the highest breadwinner on that entire pay per view.
depends. I mean, it depends on what his idea of pay is. The pay that he got from the company or the pay that he got from the outside sources.
Let me no. Let me ask you this. So if
Okay.
Hamzat is one of the biggest, and right now the most eyes outside of Conor that brings in MMA is probably Hamzat Chimaev. He brings in a completely different. He brings in the whole Habib market. When we're talking about social media and viral and trending and shorts and all that stuff, if the UFC posts a couple videos or a couple countdowns with Hamzat in it, which is you barely see the guy. He's almost like a fucking majestic fucking wolf that lives in the forest, like Yuri Prohaska. When he comes out and they could put a camera on him for a minute, people watch it. It was their biggest countdown they've had all year. And it's because Hamzat was part of it. I know that for a fact. It had nothing to do with Max and Ilya. It had nothing to do with Shar or anybody else in that countdown. That was Hamzat. So if they can translate a whole bunch of money into their online monetization with just Hamzat clips and shorts and replaying his old fights and things like that, they know that that guy's worth a fortune. Who gives a fuck if he can fight in Vegas or not? We're going to make a ton of money off of Hamzat, and we're going to pay him a ton of money because he's valuable to us as a global product. That's my 2 cents. Take that.
All right. All right. Well, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. That's a fair take. And, like they always say, it's okay to be wrong.